All right. Welcome, everybody, to a new episode of the Red Dirt Disciple podcast. I have a wonderful guest, a couple of wonderful guests with me here tonight. And Aelle and I have known each other for some time. And we actually had a chance to meet, and we did an interview, CMA Fest.
Like 2 years ago, I think.
What, 2025? Oh, yeah, last year.
Ago.
Yeah. Would have been a year this past June.
You're right. I don't know what today is.
And, and then we have your lovely mother with us.
We do have my mom.
Bridget.
Hello.
Hello. It's good having you guys here in Oklahoma with me.
Yeah.
Last time we met in Nashville. And every time I go to Nashville, it's like Aelle's a must,
You gotta
right?
come find me.
Yeah, so shout out to, Teddy's Tavern.
Teddy's Tavern.
Yeah, where the food is good as the music,
Oh my God, best burger.
Yeah, I'm
best
telling
burger.
you. It's good. It's good. It's really good.
It really is. It really is. The drinks are cheap.
Cookies?
Fried Oreos. That's what you like.
Yeah,
That
the
was her
fried
favorite thing, was
Oreos.
the fried Oreos.
Wow. I don't think
Yeah.
I've had those there.
Oh.
I've had them at the fair.
I'm a burger girl myself. I love me a good burger, and they really do have the best
Yeah.
burger. For sure.
They're pretty good. They're pretty good. Their chicken strips were good too.
Oh, those are good too.
Yeah. So shout out to Teddy's Tavern.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shout
So
out Teddy's.
that's kind of my go-to place when I come down there because I don't know. I was talking to your mom on the phone before this, and I was telling her I was like, it's my go-to not only because you're there, but it's like a safe space for me because everybody knows what Lower Broadway is like. I can't walk down the street without getting hit on by some drunk person. I'm like, leave me
They're
alone.
all over red.
Yeah, all over.
Oh, I've been there.
No, it's seriously like they'll just randomly come up and like, hey, you want to go have a drink with me? I'm like, no, I don't.
Leaving Broadway girls alone.
That's
I think
right.
Morgan Wallen wrote a song about that.
Was it about Lower Broadway?
How is it not leave them Broadway girls alone?
Yeah.
You're talking.
Yeah.
You're literally describing Broadway
yes,
girls.
yeah, absolutely.
We call them woohoo girls.
Yeah, not to offend anybody, I'm just not a Wallen fan. So I don't know if I've even heard the song.
It's clever.
It is clever. It really is.
Super clever.
It is.
He's not wrong.
No offense, Wallen. I've just got different taste, I guess. So.
If you had a chance to have Wallen here right now.
Oh, I totally would. I'd sit and chop it up with him for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not like into him. He's got a couple good songs that it's like, okay, that's pretty good. To me, it's just my flavor, my taste. So.
Well, clearly you like good music. You have me here.
Right?
Just saying.
Absolutely. But seriously, like who wouldn't have Wallen on their show?
I would love to know his story, like his actual story, instead of just what's in the tabloids and what people say. I would love to really sit down and say, hey, where did you actually come from? What is your actual story? That would be really cool to know.
I might know a guy. I'm just saying. I might know a guy that knows a few things, but whether he's willing to talk about it or not would be different.
Yeah.
So might be career suicide for him, so probably not.
We all come from somewhere, though. Isn't that the whole point? We all come from somewhere, and then we're all going somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
I do know that he comes from a very strong background of faith. Like his mom and dad are very devout Christians.
Yeah.
So, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Love that.
So we're not here to talk about him, though. We're here to talk about you. This is just small talk to get us going. So it's been Josie Awards, which was almost a year ago.
Yeah,
now.
It's been a while.
It was the last time we've seen each other. So what's been up? What's new?
Working hard.
Yeah.
Really hard. Literally 7 days a week, writing new songs, releasing new songs back to back to back releases right now. So far this year alone, we've done, in the last 12 months, we've done Ain't That Friend. We released Pretty Like Them. We released Cowgirl Yard Sale. We released Good Boys. What else?
Good Boys.
That's what else? And then we have another one that's about to drop literally on Friday on my birthday called In Control. And then I have 3 more songs coming before the end of the year.
Yeah.
So it's been nonstop writing, recording, working at Teddy's to make the money to get there, whatever I can do right now.
Let's talk about the album. Yeah.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
one? I have two.
A-side, B-side?
A-side, B-side.
I have two.
Yes.
Yes. So, surprise world, I'm working on 2 albums right now. One of them is called A-side, and the other one is called B-side. And it's almost like the Angel Demon, right? Or like those old cassette players, or the old records, you know, where you have one side that's all of your
Yeah.
fun songs, and then
Right.
you flip it over and it's all of your sad
Yeah.
songs or whatever, you know. So that's essentially what I'm doing. I'm telling my life story right now, and it's A-side is me outside of myself. The word aside means to be outside of something, right?
Yeah.
Me outside of myself, the A-side of me is toxic, and I lived a very toxic life for a really long time. And I didn't know any better, and I went through a lot of stuff, and I didn't know any better. And then one day it just kind of clicked, and I started my healing journey, and that's where B-side comes in, because that's when I said, oh, now this is me beside myself, who I want to be, right?
Yeah.
This is the B-side of me. So a lot of the songs that I've already released are from those albums. I'm releasing my favorite songs as singles, and then eventually we're going to put them all together in storylines so you guys actually know the stories.
Yeah.
Every A-side has a B-side, so all the songs from A-side have a song on the B-side to counter it.
Yeah.
So my song Pretty Like Them, the song that is next, In Control, is the counter to that. My song Cowgirl Yard Sale, about a cheater, the counter to that is We Like the Good Boys.
Right.
You know, this is what we didn't want. Now this is what we want. You know?
It's kind of surreal for me because almost 2 years ago, you told me about this project.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and I don't think people don't realize how in depth you and I have talked over the last couple years. And so to see it come to life for me is like, this is really cool, because this was your vision, this was your dream, and you're like, I'm gonna do this. And so it's one, inspiring, and two, just so awesome to watch it come to life. So
Aw,
yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm just living. I'm just doing it.
Yeah.
And somebody told me that you have to be something before you can do something, before you can have what you want, right?
Yeah.
So
What a good mom.
that is, well, we actually learned that through focus seminars, which was something that really changed a huge thing in my life when I very, very, very first thought I wanted to heal. I wasn't ready, but I
Yeah.
thought I wanted to. And that's really where it started. And then my mom actually works with them a lot and does a lot of stuff with them. So that was really cool. So she really mirrored that and showed that, and allowed me to really see that, and she drilled it in.
Yeah.
Be, do, have, you can't.
Right.
know.
You mentioned be something. It's not really be something. It's be you.
Be you.
Right.
Yeah.
Be authentic. Just show up authentic. And that's what you do now. That's why you're living the B side, because you're showing up authentic.
Well, I didn't know who I was before, right? I was trying to be what everybody else wanted me to be, which is where the A side comes. That's me
Yeah.
outside myself.
Right.
Because I didn't know who I was supposed to be. I knew who everybody expected me to be, or what everybody else thought I should be, or what was drilled into my head of what, I thought
Yeah.
was supposed to happen.
That's the human experience for most of us, by the way.
Yeah.
We all go through that.
Yeah. I've gone through my time of people pleasing,
Mm,
and it's just, it gets you nowhere. It gets you nowhere.
learn that.
Got to be you. Got to be you. So I love it. That's great.
Yeah, and it starts she has 2 teenagers, and it really starts there.
Yeah.
It's funny because she'll say, well, my son's wanting to go on a float trip.
Oh my
That's-
God.
He
This is
just
real.
turned 16, wants to go on a float trip.
No.
And we're like, oh,
With a
it's
guide.
scary. But I'm reminding her, this is a good thing.
Are we talking
because-
like whitewater
This is-
rafting
yeah,
float
This
ship?
is
type of-
real
Yeah.
life. He wants to go on an overnight float trip with teenagers where he drives. Okay. And I'm like, you are 16. You're still a child.
But I'm
So-
reminding her that's healthy, because as teenagers, preteens, we start navigating away from our parents. That's what we're supposed
Yeah,
to do.
yeah.
Although it's not really necessarily a fun
No.
experience.
So here's what you do. You go there's a place in Oklahoma called the Illinois River that goes through Oklahoma, and it's a I mean, it's a nice float trip. So
say, "I
let's
know a
start
guy?"
there. Let's start there. There's like
With a
not,
guide?
huh?
With a guide?
They do have guides. Yeah.
Yeah, no, here's
but
the
it's
deal.
not. But it's not like.
We're laughing so hard because we told him he could do it with a guide. We
Oh.
don't need a guide, Mom. We have a friend.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to some river in the mountains with no guide. I'll get lost.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But the point is,
Eaten by a
he
bear.
is trying to explore his own
Yeah.
authenticity, something that he wants to do. And
I
that's
love
what
it.
she did. That's
Yeah.
what I did. That's what we all
Right.
do.
Right.
And then eventually when we're doing that, we don't necessarily have the boundaries that are necessarily healthy.
Yeah.
We don't really know we're trying to live what we think is the right thing. And then we start navigating away from that.
Right.
There's not really a right way, a right thing, because
Yeah.
we're all individuals. And my healthy doesn't necessarily look like her healthy. And
Right.
then we started butting heads. And I don't think you liked me for quite a few years.
I didn't talk to her for like 4 or 5 years.
Wow.
Like straight up, I saw her. She showed up at my grandma's house once on Mother's Day. I was so mean, y'all. I was the worst. I was the worst.
She wasn't the worst. She
Yes,
was
I
close,
was.
but
Oh no! Out of all of her children, I promise I'm the worst. She showed up on Mother's Day, and I looked at her and did not say Happy Mother's Day. I was horrible. And now being a mom, I look back and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry I did that. And I know she and I have already talked about this, but like, I was horrible, but I was also traumatized and didn't know who I was, and I didn't know what authenticity actually looked like because I had lived a lie my entire life.
Yeah.
So when you live in that lie, you don't know anything else. Like, what is the truth? How do you tell the truth? How do you look at somebody who does love you and tell that they actually love you because somebody who said that they loved you didn't?
Yeah.
You know, what does that look like?
Yeah, and that's what we're all trying to figure out, you know.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
We all have pain, even if you're born with a silver spoon in your mouth, you know. There's
Everybody
a level
has
of pain.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a level
absolutely.
of yeah.
You never know what anybody's going through. Like, you know, look at Robin Williams, for example. You would think he was the happiest guy on earth, made everybody laugh, and he suffered from deep depression, you know, and so everybody absolutely has their demons for sure. Yeah.
We do. We definitely do. That's why I feel like I'm such an empath. I feel like that's why I try to, you know, relate to somebody and make somebody smile every day. You know, like that's my thing is you could be having a really bad day and I'm so sorry you're having a bad day.
Yeah.
Just like all those people that want to give me all the crap that they want to give me, right?
Right,
Like that's
right.
okay. That is yours to carry. And I'm going to let you hold it, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to hope that you have a great day.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
So,
Absolutely. So I have some stats actually. So just anybody out there, if you don't know, this is Aelle. You can find her on Spotify. Go check her out. It's Aelle. Go check her out, and you'll get to hear some of the songs she's already mentioned. And if you follow her, more coming out. And we have some stats actually. And these are a little bit old, maybe by a week or two.
you have some stats?
Yeah, I do. Like some
I
like
don't even know
as
what
far
my
as
stats are right now.
as far as like your Spotify. So like right now, as of a couple weeks ago, you were at like 254,000 monthly listeners. Like
That's
It's over
crazy.
255 now.
255?
Checked again today.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. She
Yes.
said I checked again today.
Did she? So
she sometimes
yeah.
she sends them to me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I didn't even look at that. Like there are people because I used to post my stats and then I just kind of quit.
right.
You know, she sends them to me now. She reminds me.
That's awesome. So along with that, you've charted from 100th to 14th, first in multiple countries such as Ireland, Italy, Poland, France, just this year. So
You're gonna be. I'm gonna cry.
I think in February,
think I knew
one of
that.
the songs hit number 10 worldwide.
10 worldwide. That's crazy. I love that you guys are watching this. Thank you for telling me this.
It's
That's
crazy.
wild.
It
I
is.
knew about number 1 in Ireland, but I thought that was a couple of years ago. So that's wild to me. I didn't know I charted this year like that. That's really cool.
According to what I'm looking at that was sent to me, yes. Is that right?
That's sick.
Yeah. So
Thank you.
yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank
Congratulations. For
Some
sure.
people like your music.
you.
Yeah.
Hey, that's cool. I
Hey.
didn't know I could do this 5 years ago.
That's awesome. So for a couple of questions, we'll hit a couple of questions. I don't do a lot of questions, you know that. It's really more free conversation. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
that's my style. You've been on the show before, but you know, for listeners that are just discovering you, you know, who is Aelle, and how would you describe the artist you're becoming?
Oh my Lord.
Yeah,
Why do you gotta ask the hard questions?
that's not hard.
No, listen. I can't explain who I am, right? My music explains who I am. I am just me.
That's what makes you an
I-
artist, though.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
it.
just
Yeah.
me. Everywhere I go, I'm the same person. I love people. I love all people, and I want to create unity through community. I want to show people that we're more alike than we really know. That's who I am. That's what my music is doing.
Yeah.
And I just want to love. That's it. I just want to love people, and I want to bring people together, and I want to say, hey, I might not look like you, but somebody out there who looks like me needs somebody who looks like me to tell
Yeah.
them that they can do it too.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah, I have Tourette syndrome. That's not a defining part of who I am, but it is something that is a part of me. I am healing and I'm growing, and I just want to take people with me and show them that they can heal and grow too. That's all my music is. That's all this journey is about for me,
Yeah.
from start to finish.
And that's awesome. You are. I mean, right before the show, you were showing me a message you got, right?
Yes.
Yes, from somebody that the song has touched.
She saw my song this morning,
Yes.
actually, my song Pretty Like Them, which is a song that I wrote with Miss Maddox and Scott Barrier. They are amazing. Shout out.
Yes.
Miss Maddox
She's
is in the
back here,
background right
actually.
now.
You guys
Yeah.
can't see her.
Yeah.
Love you,
But
Miss
she
Maddie.
came all the way here to record some background stuff for me. But anyways,
Which I found out today is also
yes,
an ex-fellow Okie.
she actually lives right up the road with
Yeah.
like her parents live right up the road. So
Yeah.
it was really cool.
Yeah.
We're only like 30 minutes from here,
Yeah.
staying right up by her parents, which was
That's
awesome.
awesome.
She's playing in a few places.
Yes,
which
she
I
is.
get to go see Friday night.
She's got some
She
shows
is,
coming
she
up.
is.
So you guys check her out on TikTok. There's
At
information
Miss
there, correct?
Maddox. You guys
Yep.
make sure you guys
At
check
Miss
that
Maddox.
out. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So anyways, I wrote the song Pretty Like Them, and it's actually a really intimate song, and I don't do a whole lot of real intimate songs that I actually feel.
Yeah.
I don't like to be vulnerable. I'm about to be really vulnerable with y'all. You don't know that. Now you're about to know that, but I'm about to be really vulnerable with you guys, and I don't like being vulnerable. Pretty Like Me, or Pretty Like Them, was a very tough time for me. I get bullied a lot. I get picked on a lot. I have kind of my whole life. I've kind of always been the outcast. And it's because I'm not like everybody else.
Yeah.
And so Pretty Like Them, I put that out there and I put it into the universe, and I was so anxious about it. I remember right after we did the music video, Miss Maddox took a video, and I was just breaking down crying, and I'm just like, I just looked up and I was like, the relief that I felt to just say it,
Yeah.
right? Like, man, all I want to be is pretty like them. That's it. Like sometimes I feel like that, but there's other people that feel that way too, There's a lot of people that feel like they want to be something that they're not. So I got a message this morning from a woman who heard the song for the first time today, and she told me her story. She moved around a lot as a kid and never fit into any one group. She was heavier up top, so the girls envied her and called her names and
Yeah.
stuff, but the boys, of course, wanted to be her friend, so she dealt with that. And then as she got older, she put on some weight, and then she was singing, and somebody made a comment, the teacher made a comment about, or someone made a comment, I can't remember who it was, made a comment about her weight. If she lost the weight, maybe somebody would be able to hear her voice. And that
Wow.
is, I'm going to cry.
That's
We were
crazy.
crying earlier today.
Literally,
Yeah.
somebody
reading
said this
the
to this.
story.
That's
to
horrible.
this
Like
woman,
people are
yeah.
so mean. Like,
But somebody said that to me.
yeah.
Somebody told me that I wasn't good enough. A lot.
Yeah.
So to be told that I'm not good enough and still be told that I'm not good enough, I'm doing the damn thing anyways.
That's
Sorry,
right.
Mom. but I'm doing it anyways.
That's okay.
I am. I'm doing it anyways. This is me, and you don't have to like it. I don't have to fix my smile to be who you want to be, right? Or who you want me to be. That's your insecurity that you're carrying. I'm
Yeah.
happy, or I wouldn't be smiling, right? But for her, when she heard that song, she related to it so much, and she said it really touched her. And isn't that why we're doing this? Isn't that why I'm doing this? Some people do it to feed their ego. That's not a me thing. I don't do this for me. Granted, it's cool. I have a lot of fun, but that's because it's my passion, and it's because it's my purpose, and because I see nothing else.
Yeah.
You know? So for me, it's because I want somebody out there to see me and to say, holy cow, if she can do that, so can I.
Yeah.
And to have people like the person today who sent me that message say that you touch me and I feel like I can do it too, that is the whole reason why I do this.
Right.
Pretty like them. It's not really about being pretty. I experience it as just exposing the insecurities and the desire to be accepted.
Yeah.
You know, like we all want to be accepted. And I think all of us have experienced times and things about ourselves that we felt rejected for or not accepted. And that's how I experience Pretty Like Them.
Oh, for sure. That's for any situation.
Yeah.
Whether you feel like you need to lose weight, or you feel like you need to work harder at your job to get a promotion, you feel like you have to have a nicer car, right? Keeping up with the Joneses. It's everything. Pretty Like Them is about feeling like you have to fit in with society. However, we don't have to fit in with society.
Yeah.
I'm a freaking Ferrari. Society is a dang Ford. Okay? Like, I was born to be loud and
I'm so
to
glad you
show
said
up.
Ford because I'm a Chevy guy.
I'm just saying. But you can buy Ford parts everywhere.
Yeah,
You can find them in every single used car lot.
Right.
How often do you see somebody drive by in a Ferrari and everybody act like it's not there?
Yeah. Right.
I'm a Ferrari.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do have to say when Aelle was younger, she had a lot of energy. So she has
don't
attention
say it ain't
deficit-
so.
Yeah, she has attention deficit disorder with hyperactivity. She's always had a lot of energy, and you know we've been at the therapist and doctor's offices since she was 4 and 5 years
God,
old.
my whole life. Lord
And
have mercy.
this diagnosis, you know, it just there. It's been crazy. But interestingly enough, what you were saying earlier about you just want to love. You know, like you've always been that way. Do you remember, like, and I know your energy.
I don't remember actually,
Well,
but
you were just always loving on everybody. You wanted to be everybody's friend. She just
Yeah.
did. Like, and sometimes that energy, I hear this a lot with a lot of my clients, is like, I feel like I'm too much. I've heard that enough. Like,
Yeah.
I'm too much. Well, we either feel like we're not enough or we're too much. And it's like, you're not too much. You've never
there
been too
is
much.
no plateau. No. When I was a kid, I used to tell her that. I think I was 15 the first time I said that. I'm like, it's either the top of the mountain where I feel really high or the lowest of the valleys where I feel really low. There is no plateau,
Yeah.
is what I remember telling her. Well, guess what? I found my plateau. That's what I told her. I had to make it. Happen, right?
It's like that balance. Everybody's got to
Yeah.
find their balance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. For
Yeah.
sure.
Absolutely. That's awesome. That's good stuff. It's refreshing to, like, you just hear that, you know, what people have gone through and to relate it to, I mean, because I can tell you there's been times in my life where, I mean, I think in junior high and high school, I had an identity crisis for a while. I was trying to find my crowd, right? I'm this country boy who grew up on a farm and I'm running around with gangsters, you know? It's like, yeah, I've had my fill of some illegal activities when I was younger.
Been there, done that.
So, but yeah, I mean, it's nothing I'm proud of, but it's the same thing. You know, I was trying to find my place, trying to find who I was. So it's refreshing to, you know, hear that that's a normal thing. Even though you know it's normal, it's just something you don't talk about, right? Like people
need to start talking
right, absolutely.
about everything.
You don't want to know everything.
I mean, probably not details. That's what therapy is for. I'm just saying.
Yes, I said
I didn't
that.
say you have to talk to me.
So, I mean, all in all, I mean, so I grew up a preacher's kid. All in all, I was a pretty good kid, but I
Yeah.
did have my bats of, you know, my rebellious era. So
That's
yeah.
what we're supposed to do.
Yeah,
That's what we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
I've worked
trying to
with a
find
lot
myself.
of PKs, and
Yeah.
one of the big things that I've seen is just the guilt and the shame, you
Yeah.
know, from not being the thing, whatever and a lot of times it's not really the parents that's doing it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it is, but it's not necessarily the parents. It's just as we're being raised, we get these ideas, these beliefs,
Oh,
and
yeah.
they become distorted belief
For
systems
sure.
that we hang our hats on. You know, we
Yeah.
think that, well, if I'm not doing that, what I'm supposed to be doing, then I'm not enough, or I'm too much,
Right.
or if I don't fit that mold,
Yeah.
you know, and we just lose congruency with ourselves. And
Yeah.
it's really sad. It happens to all of us, but I do see guilt and shame associated a lot just from, you know, religious trauma or, you know, just
I mean,
especially
church
with
hurt's
PKs.
real.
Yeah,
So
it is.
you get in there and you're expected to be one way, especially as a preacher's kid, because it's not just,
Well,
you know, your friends. It's the whole congregation that expects you to be just like, you know.
Well, you do. I mean, for years, and honestly, for like, I mean, just kind of get off on a tangent just for a minute. Up until recently, like a lot of churches didn't preach or teach relationship, right?
Yeah.
It was more condemnation.
Yes.
Like you have to live a certain way or you're going to hell. Like, and that's the era that I kind of grew up in, and so you're not enough, right? I'm not doing it right. I'm letting everybody down. I'm letting God down. I'm letting, you know, so it goes into what you said, religious trauma.
I remember
for some
having
people. Yeah.
nightmares. I remember having nightmares and waking up and nobody would be home, and I thought that the rapture happened and God left without me, and
Yeah.
having a panic attack.
Right.
Like, that's real.
Yeah.
That is traumatizing,
Yeah.
right? Like, those are real things. Or
Yeah.
thinking that you have to forgive somebody who hurts you because they, you know, are God's child too. Or
Yeah.
like, there's so many things that religion brings. There's a huge difference between religion and relationship, and that is exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You cannot have religion and have a relationship with your creator. You just cannot.
I'm like so glad you said that, because it brings me back to a day and time. So when I was in my 20s, I actually had a concert ministry. That I was a youth pastor and associate youth pastor, and we had a concert ministry, and it was called Mix-a-Lot Concert Ministries, where we would bring in different genres at the same night, right?
Love
We may
that.
have a rapper one night, and 5 minutes later, a heavy metal band.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
it was awesome.
I
Yeah,
love it.
It was great.
She's like,
So-
misery.
Yeah. So,
I'm kidding.
but that was it. The motto that we used was changing religion into relationship.
Oh,
So
Love
that's
that.
what
That is-
reminded me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's more common now,
Yeah.
which
Yeah,
is
it is.
fantastic.
Yeah.
But really, a lot of it is our interpretation of
Yeah.
our outside world.
Yeah.
So some of this trauma we're creating just because of our perception,
Yeah.
you know, because we don't feel like we're accepted.
Right.
And so I don't think Aelle and I really grew as like friends until I did work on myself
Yeah.
to create a safe environment where she could feel accepted, you know. And I
Right.
know you probably didn't know the work that I was doing because I didn't tell you.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, I didn't
I had
say
no idea.
I'm going to therapy twice a week to try to figure out how to create a
No, I
safe
found
space.
this out years later. She's like, by the way, I used to go to therapy twice a week because of you. She
No.
didn't say it like that,
No,
though.
and
I'm just
tell you-
kidding.
I'll tell you what the reason that I started going to therapy this particular time was because I remember the phone ringing and you had some pretty challenging behaviors that
Oh,
I
yes,
was
I
concerned about.
did.
And you had a couple babies, you know, and you're still a great mom. You've always been a great mom and
I've
protecting
always
your
protected
kids.
them.
Yes, always. And I
Did not
just-
always protect myself.
Yes,
We can
and
say
so
it. Let's
and
be
I
for real.
remember just feeling this anxiety, like when the phone would ring, and I would think, "Is this going to be like, oh my gosh, she's freaking out call, or is this going
Yeah.
to be one of those, oh my gosh, the world is wonderful, you know?"
Hello, BPD.
Yes, that's borderline personality disorder, and
Trauma.
yes, absolutely, which often can happen from trauma, which Aelle has experienced. But interestingly enough, I remember looking at the phone multiple times in a row within this like the same month, and I thought, this is so sad. I'm picking up the phone to talk to my baby. And I have this energy, like this anxiety before I even have the chance to talk to you. And I was like, oh, girl, I got to get this figured out. So I called my dude and I said, okay, we got to talk. And so I remember my therapist saying at the first session when I was headed out the door, what are you most afraid of? And I'm like, I'm afraid she's going to fall into a pit. And he was like, okay, we think about that. A couple weeks later, he was like, what do you do when she falls into a pit? And I'm like, oh, well, I don't enable her. I mean, she's got to dig herself out, you know.
She does nothing. She watches it.
That's funny.
And, you know, and because we don't enable, you know. And then I remember like a few weeks later, it was like, well, you ever sit in the pit with her? And he said that right before I walked out. And I'm like, no, I don't sit in the pit. I don't want to be in the I will tell you, the pit, it's a beautiful place. Just being together, you know. It's a
She
beautiful
wants me
place.
to cry.
So parents, don't be afraid to get in the pit with your kids.
Don't enable.
That's right. We don't have to enable to sit in the pit. You know, meet people
Where they're
where
at.
they are.
Yeah.
And I think that's what the church as a whole
Yeah.
is getting better at. We're still working on it.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
She just wanted
Absolutely.
to make me cry.
So
There's Kleenexes
no,
up
that's
there
awesome.
for you.
Like, it's funny because, like, so after you and I talked, I literally texted and I was like, "Oh my God, I love your mom."
I told her that today, actually.
I was like, and so like, and the more you talk, and the more it's just, I love your outlook on life. Thank you
what,
for
Red?
being you.
I love myself,
Yeah.
and I couldn't love others, even my own children, fully and wholly until I healed. And I
Yeah.
think as parents, and you know this, the greatest gift that you can give your children is to heal
Yeah.
and to be healthy and to love yourself, because then you can just live that.
Yeah.
We're like mentors for our kids instead of trying to teach them this is the right way. And I did that when you were little, and I'm so
I kind of feel
sorry.
like
I remember the first few years before I studied, you know, child development and psychology and special education, all this wonderful education that I have now. It's really not that complicated.
I feel like you're talking to me.
Love
Seriously.
yourself.
Like,
Love yourself.
She's talking
so
to
you can
all
love
of us.
others.
I know she's talking to all of us, but seriously, I mean, I'll be the first to admit, and my wife will tell you, like, I'm a hard ass. Like, I'm very hard on my son, and I love him. I love him dearly. I want the best for him. But I'm just so everything you're saying is like, oh my God. Seriously. Thank you.
Give yourself a break.
I do. I
then
need
you'll
to.
teach your son how to give himself a break.
Yeah. Awesome.
Now you know why
Yeah.
I am the way I am.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just saying. I had to
Yeah.
go through a lot to realize that I could be more, and I feel like she did the same, right?
Yeah.
We had to go through this in order to realize this is who we're supposed to be. So I think it all ties together.
Independently.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like I was doing my independent journey of healing, and she was doing her own.
I had to become a mom to realize what mom felt like.
Right.
That's true,
right?
that's true.
Like I didn't like her until I was a mom. Now I'm like,
Yeah.
I get it. No
Yeah.
wonder you didn't want me riding around with my boyfriend at 16 years old.
I
get it
understand.
now.
Yeah, exactly.
Lord have
I understand why
mercy.
my dad wanted to choke me out.
Yeah, you didn't want me to have a cell phone. What? My 15-year-old doesn't have a cell phone. What? I get it.
Yeah. Absolutely. This is good stuff. I love it. These are the best shows. So we've talked a lot about the healing. We've talked about Pretty Like Them and where that comes from. So let's kind of transition into the next song. And
In Control.
In Control.
Yes, the
Mom's
other
so
side,
And
B-side.
excited.
let's transition into that
She's so excited.
because I know that they have a lot to do with one another. So,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. They play off of each other. So Pretty Like Them is about how other people make me feel, and then, well, they can't make me feel anything. Mom said that today.
That's true.
Mom said that today. What I chose to receive, right? What I chose to allow myself to feel in those moments, and I do, and I think it's healthy to feel them and to process your feelings. So feel your emotions when you feel it. Trust your body and move on. That's
Yeah.
where I'm at right now in my healing process. That's what I've learned.
Yeah.
And I think that the transition between the two is very much I needed to heal my inner child before I could take control of my life.
Yeah.
I had to look back and say, you know what? All those years that I thought I wasn't pretty like them, to realize that I was already who I wanted to be, that that I'm the only one who can make the decisions to put me there. You know, nothing and no one else can create the narrative or define what my story is but me. So in control is me telling my story. It's me taking my power back and me healing my inner child and me saying nobody can take that from me.
Yeah.
I'm in control.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it. I can't wait for it. And like,
I'm so excited.
Being friends, I'm privy to some things. And so
I
the
know.
video, oh my God.
I know.
Let's go.
So I actually, talking about my inner child, I had to heal a lot of things. Like I said, I went through some childhood abuse and really didn't know who I was or where I could at such a young age.
Yeah.
Okay, such a young age.
Yeah.
So for me, I felt like I was stuck there. I was stuck. And I found a little girl who is not stuck. And she is so wonderful and she is so wise beyond her years.
Yeah.
Sorry. I love this kid. She is
We
amazing.
love you, Lillian.
I can tell, honestly. I mean, I can
She
see
is
it in the
best.
video. I could see the love and the compassion, and I can't wait for people to see it.
This kid fixed a crown she did not know was broken. If you get a chance to sit down with somebody as your inner child and play a game,
Yeah.
do it. Let them win. Like, give them a hug. Make sure that they know that they are worthy and that they can do it. I poured myself into this little girl because I didn't feel, no offense, but I didn't have anybody pour into me that way. I was always in the way, and I was always in the way. I was the problem. I didn't want her to feel that way, and I want to show other kids that they're not that way. If you're big personality, be a big personality, right?
Yeah.
Heal that side of you. And parents, like, give them an opportunity to explore that, right? Like, all that energy has to go somewhere. Give them something to focus it on, right? I sang all the time. She very much put me in things where I could sing. I blocked it all out of my childhood. But going through and seeing, like, doing the video for not Pretty, but In Control, seeing all of those, I was like, I sang everywhere. I was on stages my whole life.
Yeah.
I thought that I discovered my voice as an adult in my 30s. I had my voice at 19 months old. We looked at the baby book.
What did it say? You just read that a few weeks ago.
I did. It said my first song I ever knew all the words. Now, I'd never seen this baby book. First song I ever learned all the words to was Jesus Loves Me, and I was 19 months old. I was like, I sang before I talked. She said I didn't talk till I was almost 2.
And she was on stage when she was 3. She's been on stage since she was 3 years old singing. And you know what I think about that, though? The abuse that you went through and the secrets that you held trying to protect your family. I'm so sorry that you experienced that. It's just because you acknowledge something that was painful in the past, that's not an insult to me or your family. That's you saying, I acknowledge that this happened and I'm healing from it. And sometimes people are going to validate that, and sometimes they're not. Heal anyway and acknowledge it anyway. You know what was going on in your body. And I'm so proud of you for having a voice and standing up and saying, this is happening to me and I'm going to stop it. And you've used your voice to help so many other young girls that were being abused. And I'm so proud of you.
We're all proud of you. We are.
What do I say
Seriously.
to that? I don't even know what to say to that. I'm just going to go cry in the bathroom for a minute.
Like, I don't think you have any idea how much of a support system that you have, like, in your healing. Like, you've got your mom back. You've got this good circle of actually, most of them are here today,
Yeah,
right? That
yeah.
that are just here to support you and just love you. And So, and it's great. This is awesome for me to see. I love this, and I'm glad. I'm honored that you chose me to do this. Like,
I'm
out of all the
grateful.
podcasters and out there, I'm very blessed and honored that you guys chose to come to Oklahoma and do this, because it's been a great experience, and I love seeing it, and it's great seeing you heal, and it's even greater watching your healing come to life in your music, and the project that we talked about 2 years ago coming to life. It's just it's awesome.
Is
Awesome.
it coming to life the way you thought it would? Listen,
I'm
I
gonna-
remember
no, I mean,
how
I'm-
crazy and big and wild
Yeah.
this dream was that I told you about. It was so
I'll be
big.
real with you. It was kind of like, wow, she's got big dreams, and
That's
It-
I do.
right, and I'm always okay with that, because I'm really supportive, especially of independent artists. But I was kind of like, I didn't expect it so fast. Like, you're killing it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
She makes it look easier than it is. It's a lot of work. And, she's been very strategic. I think you've released a song every other month in 2026, right?
I have in
Yeah.
2026 every other month on the 28th of every month. That's what I have done.
And and you have to. It's a revolving
Yeah.
wheel.
And
yeah.
I'm writing, like, we're writing new songs, and we're figuring out where we want to go after this. If I want to tour, if I want to go overseas, I'm talking to some people in the UK. I'm trying to figure out if I want to go to Australia, because the Australia numbers are crazy.
Yeah.
I love Australians, and
Yeah.
Australians love me. So I want to go do a shoey in Sydney. That's what I want to do. It's got to be a new shoe that I've never put on before,
Yeah,
but
right.
I will do a shoey. No, I think that this whole journey has been collectively, because I've been building my platform so that when I speak, people will listen,
Yeah.
because I've been given a vision
Yeah.
that needs to come out. And I told you that from the jump. And I said, I'm going to do it. And I am.
Yeah.
I am going to do it. And when people meet me, they don't realize who I am.
Right.
I make things happen. And I got that from this lady right here. She makes things happen.
I can tell.
She very much
can
makes
tell.
things happen.
I do want to say, Red, you talked about, healing, and this is beautiful to see.
Yeah.
So the version of mom that you see right now is not the version of mom that Aelle had the
No.
first
And
5
I've
or 6
gathered
years of
that.
her
I've
life,
gathered that,
right?
and I've
So-
and not that she's ever said anything ill of you at all. Just, I think at one time you mentioned I did not have the greatest relationship with my mother. So I think that's kind of what makes it even more surreal for me, is seeing that you worked on yourself, and now y'all's relationship is where it is now, and being able to talk about this on my show is just it's unbelievably awesome to watch, that the healing is still happening, the relationship is still growing, and you guys are getting closer and closer.
We
and I'm
still
a part of it.
disagree.
Huh?
Yeah, we do.
We
Well,
still
I mean,
disagree sometimes, and I have to tell her,
Yeah.
your perspective was not my perspective, and just because that's what you saw, that's not what was happening
Right,
in my
yeah.
life. Like, your memories are not my memories. You saw this, but you were not around me every
Yeah.
second of my life.
Yeah.
You were around me, whenever I was around, but. There are definitely still some disagreements, but it's not disagreements.
That's part of
that aren't-
relationship, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's not
it really is.
disagreements of anything that would cause any kind of anything. It's perspective is truth. My truth looks different than her truth because we experienced the same. Okay, here's how I like to explain this to
Okay,
people.
let's
Okay,
hear
I
it.
have to do it because you love my Aelleisms.
Your
You do.
Aelleism. Let's
My
go. I was fixing to
Aelleisms,
say
okay?
that too.
The last time we were talking about the mountains, right? The closer
Yeah.
you get to the top of the mountain, the harder it is to breathe.
Yeah.
This time I'm about to tell you how to relate to other people. All 5 of us in this room right now, we're all in the same theme park. That theme park is called life. There is 8+ billion people in the world, and all of us are in the same theme park at the same time called life, all right? I'm on a different roller coaster ride than she is. You're on
Yeah.
a different roller coaster ride. However, right now, we are in the same cart, okay, experiencing the same thing. But what you're going to take away from it, from your seat, looks different from what I'm going to take away from it, looks different from what she's going to take away from it. And at the end of it, she might feel sick, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't, your roller coaster looks different than mine. So your memories are going to look different than mine. And that is something that she and I had to talk about in order for us to heal. And we had to have those hard conversations. Points where we did not talk, points where I took a video of myself screaming at my entire family. I'm not kidding, screaming at my entire family, telling them I am not my past. And I sent it in a group chat. Yes, I did. Don't recommend doing
an
that.
interesting day.
Don't recommend
Okay.
doing that. I
Right
love my
on.
family, but that's how I needed to heal. I needed them to stop seeing me for who they thought I was and see me for where I was going.
Yeah.
Right? That's something that I had to do to heal. Like I said, I don't recommend doing that. That was very unhealthy, but I needed to tell them.
It
And
worked.
it worked. They listened.
Yeah.
So, and I was able to heal whenever I felt the relief of them seeing me for something other than who they thought I was.
Yeah.
It was like this weight was lifted off my shoulder. You know what? I told them, now I can go be it. Now I can go do it. And then I moved to Nashville. And then I started doing music. And then now look at me. Now they're all like, oh my gosh, I can't believe her song is so good.
Yeah.
That's the conversation in the group chat. Like
Right.
it changed. But that's because I had to make changes, and I also had to acknowledge my toxicity.
Yeah.
And I had to acknowledge where I was is not who I am, and then I had to make them see it. And that's what I think that a lot of people fear. They fear putting themselves out there. They fear saying, listen, this is who I am once
Yeah.
they find themselves, because they were conditioned to believe that they have to look like this.
Mhm.
I don't want to be conditioned anymore. And if somebody else can change the chemistry in my brain, I can change it back. So I like being, what did you say? What's the book that you bought me that talks about beating to the, or like dancing to the beat of my own drum? What is that book again? It's a Dr. Seuss book.
Oh.
But it is like one
Okay.
of my favorite books ever. And
Oh, the places you will go.
that's what it is. Oh, the places you will go. But it talks about, dancing to the beat of my own drum and all
Yeah.
of the things. I wrote a song called Bandwagon that talks about driving your own bandwagon. You don't have to be them. You have to be you. In order for them to accept you, you have to accept you.
Right.
You have to know you first. And then I had to do the digging.
It wasn't the yelling into the video, sending it to all the family members that brought healing. That was really about yelling at your own inner voice, your own inner critic, because we had already been seeing some behavioral changes, a lot. What I think where the healing is and why you're like, oh my gosh, my family actually sees me now, is because you have these consistent, healthy behaviors that you're not falling in the pit every other week, because you love yourself, right? So you're treating yourself with care and with ease, and you're giving yourself the things that we couldn't give you. And when you started doing that, we go, wow, Aelle is in the house.
I didn't even know it was possible to do those things that I was needing until I went to therapy, right? He's like, well, if you ever feel like you need a hug and you don't have anybody to give you a hug, what do? I'm like, I cry. he's like, okay, what could you do? I'm like, go find somebody to give a hug to. He's like, so do that. And I
Yeah.
was like, I can do that.
I can.
It's so stupid, but it's so real. Like, it's
Yeah.
little tiny things for me to realize that, like, I could do anything. I could, if I felt like I needed to sing, I could walk up to any stranger and just start singing.
Oh,
right?
yeah. No, I
Having,
I see that.
If-
I've been to Teddy's
I've done
Tavern.
it.
Happened.
I've done it. Yes. Nobody is safe. I will walk up to your table. But yeah, I feel like I tried to suppress who I am, which another part is talking about suppressing is my Tourette syndrome. I'm suppressing like nobody's business right now, right? So not only do I not control what other people say and what other people do, I can't even control my own body. So it's harder for me in life than it is for other people. So all those pits that I'm falling into, I didn't know any other way. So I am falling into pit after pit after pit after pit. And, I remember, I think it was Tom Skiles. he said, once you hit rock bottom, there's only one way left to go, up,
Yeah.
is what he said. And I, like, that was like, oh, well, I'm at rock bottom. So clearly I can get back out again. But then I'd fall in again. And then, but that was not as deep of a pit. And then the next one was not as deep of a pit. And the next one was not. And I learned from doing. That's what I do. And we've talked about this. I have to do it wrong before I can figure out what's right for me.
Yeah.
That's just who I am. And I know somebody else who's like that too. I know some other stubborn people in my family that got to make the mistakes themselves.
No, I have no idea who you're talking about.
He's like, just learn from my mistakes. That's what I'm telling my kids now. And then I'm like, I can't tell you to learn from my mistakes, bro. You're going to have to figure it out.
You got to make your own, and you got to learn from those for sure.
Yeah.
So Bridget, I feel like we already kind of transitioned into what you and I talked about. But is there more you want to say? I know we had talked about you wanted a period where you had something to read. Yeah.
Oh, do I not know about something?
You do not know about something.
I already have a whole lot of Kleenexes over here. Do we have a trash can?
There's some things you don't need to know.
I'm gonna set this down.
But you about to find out,
Lord.
sister.
Okay, dear Aelle, long before the world knew your music and people around the world knew the name Aelle, there was just you and me. I was 17, divorced and homeless after escaping an abusive home the only way I knew how, by getting married at 16. And somehow, from that 6-month marriage, came the greatest blessing of my life, you. I remember walking to a clinic because I thought I had the flu, only to discover, much to my surprise, that what I had was you. I was handed pamphlets on an appointment that was made to terminate my pregnancy so that I could go back to school and, as they put it, make something of myself. But God had other plans. As I walked outside, a still small voice whispered to my heart and said, "This is your gift. This is your baby." And I'm so grateful that 17-year-old girl listened, because becoming your mother didn't keep me from making something of myself. Becoming your mother gave me a reason to. You gave me hope and definitely changed the trajectory of my life. In many ways, we grew up together. We've talked about that so much.
We did.
And all these years later, we're still growing, learning who we are as individual women, how to love each other more, and how to give one another the freedom to become who we were created to be as individuals. And there is something I need to say as your mom. I'm sorry that I gave my heart to a man that would ultimately break your heart with abuse. You didn't deserve that. I can't rewrite what happened, but I can acknowledge it and own my part in our story and be grateful that the pain did not get the final word because we faced it together. We couldn't change what happened to us, but together we have changed what happens. Now I can't see because my eyes are watering. But together we have changed what happened because of it. And when I look at your life today, it means the most to me. It's not the numbers or the streams or the charts or the opportunities, although that's very exciting. It's that I get to look behind the scenes and I know where you came from. You survived abuse and insecurity. You were misdiagnosed multiple times as a child, lived with Tourette's syndrome, still living with it before either of us even understood what was happening to your body. And as your mom, there were times I didn't understand what you were experiencing or even know how to help. And I tried, but I failed a lot. But at some point, you began finding answers for yourself. This is the most exciting thing for me. You learned your body and your mind and your emotions. You learned to recognize what you needed and advocate for yourself, even when people close to you didn't understand, even when I didn't understand. That's part of growing up that we don't talk about enough. And eventually, we have to become our own advocate. The people who love us can walk beside us, but they cannot always understand us. Sometimes maturity means finding the courage to say, this is what I'm experiencing. This is what I need, and this matters. And you found that courage. Because abuse can teach us a convoluted version of the golden rule. Instead of doing unto others as we would have them do unto us, we begin doing unto ourselves what was done unto us. Repeating their words, rejecting ourselves, and questioning our worth. And if we don't heal, eventually we can even do unto others what was done unto us without realizing it.
Yep.
Yeah. But you chose to interrupt that cycle, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. You went to therapy, you asked hard questions, you learned your patterns, you stopped hiding from the wounded parts of yourself, and you started getting to know them. And then you did something even braver. You started living out loud. And your music, it tells that story so beautifully. Pretty Like Them gave words to the wounded parts of you that's still looking in the mirror through other people's eyes. The woman who hears the comments, feels the stares, wishes she could see another face, feels broken inside, yet says, I'm just fine. It tells the truth about what happens when pain, insecurity, and other people's opinions become the lens through which we see ourselves. But In Control feels like the other side of that mirror, the woman beginning to see herself through her own eyes. That's what you're doing. That's what you're inspiring all of us to do. Thank you for that. And beneath both songs is the story of Aelle, not simply the artist, but the woman behind the music and all the work no audience ever sees. The voices may still tell you you're not worthy or you're not enough. The world may still have opinions, but no other voice is getting louder. It's not louder than your own. It's just not. And there's more stuff that I could read here. What I really want to say to you is that as your mom, I'm incredibly proud of the woman that you are and the woman that you're becoming. And I love you more than the stars in the sky.
Oh, I don't know what to say. Thank you. I love you. Clearly, we've talked about a lot of this before, but I feel like I couldn't have healed or started my healing if you didn't start yours. So thank you for choosing to heal yourself, because these curses are generational. You were abused and you didn't know any better. You thought that's what love was. I thought that's what love was. I'm not teaching my daughter that that's what love is. So it's over. We're not doing that. So just saying.
We're breaking generational curses over here.
I'm trying. I'm fighting them back, y'all. I'm fighting. She's throwing Kleenexes at me. It ain't come out of my eyes yet. I am pulling them back though. It's good stuff. That is good stuff.
Holy cow. Now where do you go after that?
You don't. That's kind of where we were at, and I read the room, and so we're all proud of you. I'm so honored that you guys chose to do this here with me in my home state, and I look forward to seeing more growth and more songs and more healing. And since we're talking about that, I would like to take the time and the opportunity to say we lost somebody today.
Yeah, we did.
In the music world. Just the queen of country, of country, Dolly Parton. Saddens my heart because I've actually worked in her studio, in one of her studios, and I was hoping one of these days to get to work with her, and that didn't happen. But I would, if you guys are okay with it, I would really love to take the opportunity to dedicate this episode to Dolly Parton and her family.
Yeah.
Because nobody in country music or music in general, she wrote music for so many people, has been involved in more healing in this world, and somebody who loved the Lord and spoke about it openly. I really see that it's fit that this happened today on this day for a reason, and I want to give back. I want to dedicate this episode to Dolly Parton and her family.
Yeah, I am so inspired by Dolly and her songs and her stories and the way she writes her stories and where she came from and where she went.
Yeah,
And isn't that, like I said earlier, what we're all doing?
absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
her legacy will live on forever
Ever.
and ever and ever.
Yeah.
Amen.
That's right. Let's go. Let's go.
I know that's not her, but man, it's true though. It really will.
Yes.
She's man.
Yeah, absolutely.
We saw that you texted, and I stopped mid conversation around the lunch table today and just went,
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. But, you know, she has all that music and all of those songs and all
Yeah.
of the people that she helped and all the programs that she did. And, you know, that story will live on forever. I'm just
Yeah.
heartbroken.
Yeah.
So, yes.
There's multiple generations in this room right now, and interestingly enough, we're all impacted.
Yeah.
We're all
Oh,
impacted
absolutely.
positively by Dolly.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a celebration of life as far as I'm
Yes.
concerned. She lived her life and she loved life and she loved people. So, you know, it's sad that we lost her, but she left a huge legacy for all of us, for generations, like you said. So thank you guys for coming to Oklahoma. I appreciate it. And I look forward to actually getting to do this again another time. Maybe another couple years down the road, we can do it again. Maybe in Nashville.
Sooner.
So
I hope
maybe,
so sooner.
maybe.
You never know what she
Soon.
might
Never-
come up with.
you
Thanks
never
for
know.
having us.
Thank
You
you for
never know.
having us, and thank you for giving us
Absolutely.
a platform to talk about,
Yes.
you know, my music and my story. And thank you for being my friend, and thank you for loving me, and for loving my music, and for loving on my mama and my people. We appreciate you. You've been a wonderful host.
And thank you for your dedication to the Lord as well. We appreciate
Yeah.
that. That's really where healing and
It's an everyday
actually
journey, you
happens.
know,
Yeah, it really
and it's
is.
hard to die to ourselves every day. And I mean, I struggle with it. I think we all do. You know, it's all about the relationship, like we talked earlier. So I appreciate you acknowledging that.
Of course.
So
Thank
this
you.
has been great. Everybody out there, this will be loaded up on Spotify soon enough, and probably YouTube as well. Appreciate you guys watching my show. Appreciate you guys supporting what I do in helping support independent music, independent artists, and being involved personally in a lot of the artists that I work with lives has been a blessing to me. So Aelle, you're a blessing to me.
You're a
So-
blessing.
So, anyways, remember, Jesus loves you. I love you. Stay humble. Hustle hard. Let's go, y'all.